I've tested several ways of making a DIY fly trap. These ones here catch a lot of flies, but once night falls, they will escape through the bottom. I'm thinking because there are a lot more holes for them to crawl back into. This is my test fly trap that I just whipped together with a baggie for sweet potatoes and a yogurt container which I made for feeding my chicks earlier. So I had these holes already. They're huge, and the flies do go up very quickly through these holes, but at nighttime when they relax, they do find their way out. And I find that in the day it catches a lot of flies, but by the next day they're all gone. It's just made out of three things, like the sweet potato sack, a rubber band, and a yogurt can with holes in it. As for this one, I use a milk jug, which is a little bit better, and there's still flies caught in the bag, and some of them do die and fall to the bottom. So this one works better, and I'll show you the one that works best. And here I have three types of fly trap as well. This one is similar to the other ones over on the other side, the purple one. And then this one is a little bit different, and that one is just basically a jug with some smelly content and a rolled up piece of a thick cardboard stock paper. And this one works the best. This one is catching flies, and it's retaining those flies within this net, and they don't escape at nighttime. This one as well, as you can see, some flies are being stuck in there, and a lot has drowned in there. It only works after maybe 5 to 7 days. So this one takes longer, but it definitely kills off the flies. So I'll be teaching you how to do this one, because this one is fairly easy and there's not much smell, but you do have to add new bait every day or every other day for this to work. This one you can make it and then just forget it, but then you'll have to deal with the content of the dead flies and smelly whatever that's in there. I use fish bones and water and some chicken poo. This one I just use the smelliest poo that you can find with lots of bugs in it, and that's what attracts the flies. So I have the materials here I'll need. So one is some sort of mesh bag that flies won't be able to escape, some strings, a rubber band, some sticks from your garden, a water bottle, a container that is slightly bigger than your water bottle, and some razors and scissors. So that's all you'll need. All the stuff is just anything found around the house in its waste. You don't have to get anything special for this project. So let's get started. You don't need the cap for this. So what we're going to do is just cut the bottom off of this water bottle. And then we're gonna make a slit. Oh, my chickens are laying some eggs, I think. She just hatched an egg. So what we're gonna do here is, okay, crazy chicken. So what we're gonna do is essentially attach this to this. So we're gonna put whatever bait we have in here and then attach the water bottle to this. So I'm going to make a slit here first. So I can use this as my guide right here, like this straight line. So what I've done is modified it so you can see there is about an inch and a half or inch and then I cut like a slit horizontally right here in the middle, and then this width has to be smaller than the width of your slit here, so it's easy for it to fit through. So what you do is just kind of match up. You press on inwards, this like this, and then you put the container in. It goes in like this, and then you can lock it, and then it will stay in place. So this will be staying in place like this. So I've marked where I want my holes to be, like right there, and on the other side right here. You can see right there. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to cut a small hole. You don't want the hole to be too big because you don't want the flies to come out of this hole. So we're just providing 2 small holes, and that's about it. Oops. Okay. I've cut that. So what I'm going to do is what I did before for the other one is kind of cut like a V shape like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's not perfect, but you just don't want the hole to be too big. Once I got the I cut like a triangle, and I'm gonna press it out. So if you can see, like it's got like a little, I pressed out, so I cut out the triangle and I pressed it out. So you can see it's kind of got like a little tab here. So I find that sometimes they'll be smelling the bait, and then they can land on this little tab, and then they'll find their way in here. So I'll cut the other one. So see how mine is kind of messy, but you got 1 hole, 2 hole. That's enough. Go like that. And then now the easy part is to, this is kind of like a big bag. The other one I have is kind of small, which is fine, but I want to catch more flies, so I'm using a bigger bag. Oh, there's some dead flies in there. Oh, okay, let me pour that out. The previous one worked, but it just didn't work as well. So I'm going to just tie this, like double it, because this bottle is a lot smaller. I'm folding this up because this is kind of big, or you can cut it off. Actually, I should just cut it off. I'm going to cut off the plastic part for the most. So I'm just taking a garden stick that's going to be in the width of this bag, just slightly bigger. You can do as big as you want, but I'm just gonna do like about 2 inches longer, so about there, and I'm going to cut it. So now it's just going to be getting it together. So I'm gonna, so there's, you've got your two corners. One, you're gonna go take one edge and fold it over, and then staple. And then on the other side, you want to go the opposite direction, just to give it some like depth, or on the side here. So now, so this one I'm folding over this side, so this one I'm folding the other way. So I've grabbed some stinky poo, added it to the cup, and you can see where the hole is, where they can come through, and then they'll just go up the bottle, and then this bag is so big there'll be plenty of room for them to fly up, and they'll get lost in this air flowing bag. So this one is super tiny bag, and it still works very well. This water bottle was bigger, so it fit better. It was easier to cut and just put in. But yeah, it works pretty well. Hopefully this can help you in this project and catch all the flies and get rid of them from your backyard or your chicken coop like me.